Alright, so now it's time to make our fireballs more interesting. The first thing I want to do is add a boom sound when the fireballs hit the floor, right? So that's pretty simple because we've done that in the past. Let's go ahead and say local boom is equal to game.workspace.sounds.boom, and then I'm going to play it right here after we wait for a bit. So I'm going to do boom, boom, play. Okay, great. And then what I want is there to be an explosion when it hits the floor, right? So we've done that before as well, right? And how do we do that? We create an explosion object. So I'm going to say local explosion is equal to instance.new explosion, comma. This is where the parent goes. So the parent is workspace. And then for the explosion, we need to set the position of the explosion, right? And I guess we should do this here because once he's placed on the workspace, he's going to blow up, okay? So we should do it right here. And then we need to do explosion dot position is equal to fire clone dot position. Okay, and then it's going to destroy the fire clone. So let's see if this works. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. So I think what's happening is that the explosion is bouncing off of the base plate and then exploding a little higher up. Okay, so maybe we can say fireball. I'm thinking we should use an on touch here, or we can just kind of fine tune this weight. Let's see if 1.3 works, and if it doesn't work, then we'll put it on touch on the fireball. This is to make it happen when it. Okay. Maybe I could change this to 0.2. Alright, this is not working. Let's go ahead and create an on touch for the fireball. So let's not do the weight. Let's say fire clone dot touched, and then connect to on touch. Yeah, and then we're going. Oh, I'm sorry. We already have an on touch. So let's put here boom. No, blow up. And we are going to define our function blow up. We don't care about what touched it, right? All we care about is what we're going to do, and what we're going to do is do all of this stuff right here. Okay. So we're going to boom.play. Okay, so the only problem here is that we need the fire clone in our function. So instead of setting it up this way, we can also do function blow up right here, put our two parentheses, and set it up this way, right? By setting it up this way, we'll have access to our fire clone. So it's the exact same thing. It's going to run this function. It's going to run this function when the connect triggers. Okay, so when it does happen, we play the boom, create the explosion, set the position, and then we will destroy the clone. So let's go ahead and play that, see if that works. Okay, that looks better, right? We get a couple errors with them exploding in the air. And I think what's happening there is that two fireballs touch in the air. Okay, so anyways, this looks good, and I guess before we end the video, we could set it up so that the fireballs don't appear when I am running and touching this spawn location, but they just start appearing, okay, when I get here. Another thing is I want to probably set mine higher because I want it to feel like they're coming from outer space, right, from like an angry god. And right now I could see where they're coming from up in space. So let me come back over here. Go to Fireball Scripts, change the Y to be higher. Let's do maybe 200. And then what do we want to do? Oh yeah. So so we don't want it to do this when the player touches. We want it to start doing this when the player touches. Okay. So what we can say here is while true, do this over and over and over again when the player touches. Okay. Now we only want this while true to start going off the first time the player touches the part, right? The base play. I'm sorry, the spawn. We don't want like 500 whiles to be going off at the same time because the player continues to touch the spawn location. So we need to use a debounce. Right? Debounce is equal to true, and then if player and debounce, then do this. And right inside we're going to set debounce equal to false. So it's only going to do this if once, the first time that the player touches the spawn location, and only the first time. Okay. Now another issue is the while loop, right? This while loop iterates, right, or executes the body of the while loop very fast. Like, I don't know. It depends on the speed of your machine, but most machines are very fast. So if we do this way and we run it, it's going to break our program. Our program's going to be frozen, right? So what we need to do is we need to put a wait in here. A wait for like 0.1 seconds, right? And we could adjust this value depending on how many fireballs you want to be falling down from the sky. And so the smaller the wait, the more fireballs will be. Whoa, that's pretty intense. Okay, so I'll go ahead and let you fine tune it to make the level of difficulty as difficult as you want. And again, you can adjust the fireball's blast radius and blast pressure as well, so that it could be either easier or harder. And yeah, go ahead and finish that up, and I'll see you on the other side.